Hello Pisces, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Pisces is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's totally free, doesn't cost you anything at all. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Pisces, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And a Two of Wands. This could be talking about you taking control of something, assuming leadership over something, right? It could be that there is a struggle for control or a struggle for direction, right? Let's put this into some context. I feel like this is a lot of force, a lot of energy, right? A lot of assertiveness, right? This is kind of a Mars and Aries energy, and this is really taking charge. Yeah. Let's see what else we've got. Now we've got some water energy. We've got a Knight of Cups, a Six of Swords, more of the Cancer energy, Chariot card, an Ace of Swords, very good, and a Nine of Cups. Oh, that's nice. This is the card of following your bliss, pursuing your happiness. This is the dream that keeps on dreaming. This is the happiness that keeps on happening. This is your dream coming true, right? This is miracles that are there, that keep flowing. That we're generating them, you know. And I think a lot of that has to do with this Cancer style energy. Now, it could be that there's a Cancer person very close to you in your life somewhere. Let's see what else we have. A Four of Wands. Oh, Two of Cups. And a Ten of Cups, and a Three of Cups. That is just blissful and joyous and a big celebration coming your way. And to me, it really feels like, especially with the Four of Wands, this is something that it's a cycle that keeps on happening, right? So to me, it kind of has that feeling like the miracles just keep happening. This good water energy that we see just keeps becoming more and more and more and more, better and better and better and better. And I think that's why we've got the fire energy with that Two of Wands. It feels like it's almost like we're putting our foot down, we're standing up, we're making the decision, we're saying, I'm opening myself up to this water energy. I'm choosing love, right? I'm choosing my best life. I'm choosing happiness, you know, and really taking control over those things that we can control. And I think that's a big part of this air energy that we see. Let's select the mystery card. This is the bonus card, confirmation card. It's a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. I'm just going to set it down over here. We're going to put Mr. Ed, the little horse, right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is or you have a hunch, put it down in the comments, all right? Let's make it interactive. Let's do it as a group exercise of intuition, okay? Let's look around the room one more time. I notice the only major arcana card we have is that Chariot card. And the Chariot card could be talking about the life that we were leading, right? Kind of doing what is expected of us, conforming to what we thought was our destiny, staying in our lane, right? But then we've got this kind of Cancer energy. The Knight of Cups, that's also Cancer energy. This is the Cancer energy that wants to get out of your lane, right? That wants to go kind of off trail, wants to go off-roading. And I think there's a huge difference between these two styles of Cancer energy. This is a Cancer energy that's comfortable at home, wants the safety and security, wants to know what's expected, doesn't like surprises. And then this is the Cancer energy that wants to go out and give and receive love every chance it gets. So anyway, major arcana. Then we've got fire and fire. Then we've got water, 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 and we've got a little bit of air. What we don't have is any earth energy, but I think that problem might be solved here with the Four of Wands, because that is a 4. It is the idea of something being solid, manifesting on the ground, right? In the field, in the real world, but temporarily. And I think temporarily is really the key here, right? Because what we don't want is the 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups is in the position of what we do not want. And that to me feels like we don't want this to ever end. Because what is the 10 of Cups but the final goal, right? The end of it. This is the idea that if we become sugar, we cannot taste sugar. If we get across the finish line, then yeah, we've won, but the game's over. We don't get to play anymore. So this is the card we don't want. We don't want this to ever end. What we want is Ace, 2, 2, 3, 4, Ace, 2, 2, 3, 4. We want to stay in the 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And that to me is to have the clarity, the impulse, the inspiration, right? The message from the universe, and then we manifest it into a 4, and then it starts all over again, right? So it's kind of like these are blessings, these are miracles. We don't want them to ever get so far that they start to decay. We don't want a 5. We don't want a 7 or an 8, right? We don't want a 9 or a 10, because then we're kind of getting too close to, to the end there. We have our 9, right? And this is, I think, this is as close as we want to get to that 10. Maybe like a 9.5, right? Because then there's still more to strive for. We get to the 10, we can basically hang up our hats and take our gloves off, and we're done. There's nothing else, right? So it's kind of this idea that we're in this zone, or we're getting into this zone, or we're making the decision to get into this zone where we're generating more and more of these very positive experiences. We're generating more and more opportunities for love, for beauty, for joy, for pleasure, for excitement, for fulfillment, right? We're really following our bliss here, and I think I mean that literally. We're discovering those things about ourselves that really make us happy. I'm not going to do things just because I've been told to, or been trained to, or taught to. I'm following what really is going to satisfy my heart. We have to know what our heart really wants, right? That's why we've got the air energy here. That's why we've got our swords cards, right? I'm also getting an older male energy coming through. Maybe it's dad, grandpa, an older brother, or something like that. I feel like they've passed. But I feel like they maybe someone in your life that exemplified this a little bit. Somebody that really went against the grain of the family, of the culture, of the tradition, did things their own way. I feel like they were kind of the outcast, because they didn't conform to tradition. They didn't follow the rules necessarily. I also feel like they had a very distinct laugh. What's the laugh about? It might be one of those like really big laughs that you kind of think someone's just putting it on, But I feel like they're just very like jovial, right? And I think that's the kind of happiness that we want. That's the kind of almost freedom that we want, So I think what's going on here with the Two of Wands and this Chariot is that you're taking this chariot and you're grabbing the reins, and you're just, with all your might, you're trying to pull that chariot and those horses in a different direction. I think you're really, it was going to take a lot of effort, because you're in this lane, you're on this track. You got to grab those reins and pull really, really hard to get all those horses or sphinxes or whatever they're pulling off into the different direction, right? Into this direction of just love and bliss and joy and art and experience. It's really, really wonderful. I feel like these are miracles. And I feel like it's kind of like you're opening yourself up to those miracles again, to these blessings, to these gifts that you have. And those are gifts that you want to give and you want to receive. You're not just expecting everything to come your way. You're going out into life and creating opportunities for these kinds of very satisfying experiences. Yeah. Also, are you the picky eater? Spirit's telling me to mention the picky eater. Maybe, I don't know if you don't eat vegetables or something like that. Somebody's a picky eater with you. It might be you. It might be someone very close to you. I don't think it's this older male energy that's passed. I feel like that person's still with you, and they're almost like inspiring you now, right? To be adventurous. Yeah. To live a life that is more filled with adventure, but instability, rather than stability, but no adventure, right? And maybe it's a balancing act. Maybe we're trying to kind of find a way. We're trying to find a way to have both of that, both of those kinds of things. I feel like you're starting to do more public speaking kind of things. Do you go to open mics or like some sort of public performances? I feel like you've never done that before, but now you're starting to explore your artistic side. So I see you like reading a sheet of paper in front of a microphone. And so to me, it's like open mic, it's like poetry night, or maybe you're singing or giving a speech or a presentation or something like that. But you're speaking in front of a relatively, maybe it's a coffee shop, I don't know. You're pushing your boundaries, right? You're putting yourself into situations that are a little bit uncomfortable because you want to grow in that direction, right? You want to be able to do those things. And I can definitely relate to that, right? I'm terrible at public speaking. It's something that I try to push myself to do because I want to be good at it, because it is fun. It is exciting. There's that adrenaline. There's that, there's the almost the euphoria of being in front of an audience, and it's different than what I do here because it's really just me and you, and there's not a huge crowd here. So it's quite different, but anyway. The Six of Swords down here, this has to be a little bit of that balance, a little bit of that plan. We have to know what our fulfilling and happy life, we have to know what kind of adventures we want. We have to know ourselves. We also have to keep our mind in check because it's your intellect. It's your mind. It's your logical left brain, whatever you want to call it, that's going to say, no, actually, we should stay here where we already have a plan. Maybe this is like you're in a career already, and you already have been promised that if you stay here for a certain amount of time, you're going to get the periodic promotions, you're going to work your way up, and it's kind of, it's the plan's already laid out. But you just don't want it, right? And it just kind of seems almost one of these soul-crushing things where I just want to be free. I want to explore myself, my creativity, my passion. I want to explore the world and love and art and, traveling and all these things. But this seems like you've got one particular path, one track that you're on. And it's pretty much a sure thing, right? If you show up every day and you do it, then eventually you'll get a little bit further, a little bit further, a little bit further. Or you could be the risk taker, like this. I don't know if it's a spirit guide or who that person is or was, but or you could kind of go that route, right? I feel like this person, if they have passed, if that's resonating with you, I feel like they passed because of an accident. I feel like it was something kind of sudden. Maybe it was a car accident or some kind of really unexpected thing, and I feel like it was very quick. I kind of feel the car thing, and it's kind of a weird symbol, right? Because we have that chariot, and we're talking about kind of staying in the slow lane, staying in the safe kind of track, and then going your own way and being the risk taker, living in this more fast-paced kind of It's more feeling-oriented rather than like goal-oriented. It's more artistic than it is logical. And then we have this idea of, kind of a sudden passing. And that may be why we're kind of not too sure, right? We've still got this choice to make. And so the Six of Swords to me is us kind of saying, well, maybe we can have the best of both worlds here. Maybe we can be responsible and stay on course and kind of conform a little bit. But maybe we can still follow our heart, follow our bliss. And maybe that's how we can achieve the absolute fullest life possible, the life that is rich in meaning, deep with value. Yeah. The real Nine of Cups there. And so it could be that the other side of the equation is really only fulfilling a few of these cups. But having this kind of more wholesome strategy, right? This more enlightened strategy, maybe is going to bring you a lot closer to that 9.5 that we want, the 9.9, right? And I think the Ace of Swords here is your receptivity. The Ace of Swords to me is not... It's not the light that's radiating from the crown. To me, it is the crown receiving the divine energy. Yeah. And to me, this is you having a clear mind, having clarity, not being influenced really by anyone, but understanding what it is that you need in your life, what you are after. Because it feels like you do. You kind of want both of these. You want both of these lives, in a way. You want this kind of, it's almost like a life filled with spiritual experience and mystical, magical living and miracles and blessing and gifts and all of this, And then you also want stability. You want finances. You want, you want the structure. Why can't we do both? Right? Why can't we find the mystical, magical miracles in a more stable and structured life? We can have both. We can try to integrate both. And it's not easy. I think that's why it really requires us to grab the reins of this chariot and try to pull it in the right direction, because the chariot doesn't want to move. It doesn't want to get out of the lane, So, let's go to the path of the serpent. And as we do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. And it really does help out the channel, and I appreciate that. I really do. Okay, Four of Wands. We are not possessive. You're not someone that just wants stuff, that wants you're not just collecting trophies or collecting money or collecting goods or, you're not someone that's materialistic like that. You like nice things, yes, but you are more about producing experiences, collecting experiences. It's not about the trophy that you take home. It's about how you played the game, right? It's about the experience that you had, which I think is the water energy. But with the Four of Wands, this is telling me that you're not just out there trying to get done rapid fire as many things as you can to just earn as much money as fast as you can, or to accomplish as many things as you can in that kind of material way. This is about the experience of it, and this is really the cycles that and it's really about the wheel turning more than it is what you're gaining materially from it, right? Of course, you still want stability and structure and security, but that's not all you need, right? That's not all you need. So this card really is about how we're producing the kind of experiences of life that we want. This is, again, miracles that just keep on happening endlessly. The wheel keeps turning. It goes around and around and around. It's not just one revolution and then you're done. That would be a little bit too much of this 10 of Cups. This is something that keeps going. So it's almost like you accomplish something, but that accomplishment is not what's important. It's the trip around the wheel. It's the journey that it took to get that accomplishment. And then the trophy is just kind of, yeah, whatever. Let's get back out there and do it again. Let's do something else. You know, it's more about the experience for you than it is about the tangible result at the end of it. I hope that makes sense. The Two of Cups is, to me, finding in the environment more objects of your attention, more things for you to unite with, right? And for some of you, yeah, this is going to be, this could be indicating a romantic situation, okay? We've got a lot of Cancer energy today. These two cards are Cancer cards now. We've got Venus in Cancer. And Venus in Cancer, that's like finding a relationship that really fulfills us, that is really meaningful to us. But really the Two of Cups is the object of your affection, right? And that could be a person, a place, a thing, an idea, an experience. So we're connecting kind of one by one with all these different things that we aspire to. All of these things that add meaning and depth to your life. Yeah. Kind of one connection at a time, you know. And it's in the environment. It talks about relationships, people, intimate relationships, romantic relationships, experiences, right? Generally, experiences that have that kind of quality to it, that give you that deeper sense of connection and purpose and meaning, right? Adds value to your life. And of course, we talked about the Ten of Cups, and I think the Ten of Cups is, that's the obstacle. And it's the card we don't want, but it's also, there's also a little bit of a secret there, because at some point, when does it become enough? Right? And that's, I think, where the balance is needed, the harmony that we need with the Six of Swords. Eventually, we're going to have to say, all right, you know, I've gotten everything that I need in life, you know. But then we look at it another way and say, I don't care how old we are or how long we've lived or how much we've done in life. The moment we stop striving for something, then we're idling, and what do? We perish, right? Everybody at every time in their life needs something that excites them, something that gets their blood pumping, something that they can be enthusiastic about, something that they want to go after and do or see or be or feel or whatever, an object of their affection, of their passion. And whether it's a hobby, whether it's a different career, some studies, whether it's a spiritual thing, whether it's a relationship, whatever it is, everybody needs something to strive for. Once you're done striving, then you don't feel that anymore. You don't have that joy. It's almost like the youthful vitality. You know, the zest of life. When we're going when we're in between the 9 and the 10, that is the sweet spot of experience, right? That's like the best feeling in the world. But once we get here and we become that, we fully unite with that, then we don't feel that bliss or that joy of pursuing that thing any longer. Does that make sense? So the Three of Cups at the end. This is you understanding the process of change on the emotional, spiritual plane. These are the moments you want, and you understand how to create those. And you understand that your Two of Cups is going to look different sometimes. One trip around the wheel, you may want, it's maybe a certain hobby, like I said, or a certain kind of activity, or learning a new skill, or whatever it is. The next time around, it might be something different, probably will be something different. But the Three of Cups says that you understand the process, how to create more moments like this 9.5 moment. Right? It's almost like you've learned how to perform miracles in your life. You've learned how to really receive blessings and utilize them, right? Really maximize the gifts that you're being given and the opportunities that you're being given to generate more and more of these blissful moments. Yeah. Blissful moments. Really is... It feels like endless miracles here. It really, really does. Let's see. I guess, we can do the mystery card now. I think we should. Who's got the scar on the face, by the way? Somebody, Spirit showing me, it feels like it's on the cheek or something. There's a scar. I don't think it's very big, but there's something on the cheek. It seems like a scar. Sometimes these details come in and I don't know that they really connect with the message, but I feel like they're here as validation. I feel like they come through as synchronicities for some of you, as validation and confirmation of the energies that we're in. If those details aren't meant for you, that's okay. Leave them for the next person. Doesn't take away from the general message here, right? Something with the scar on the cheek there. Let's look at the mystery card. And if I had to say anything about it, I would say let's get some earth energy in here. Let's really, let's confirm that we are keeping a healthy, structured, ordered, stable, and safe and secure life while we're pursuing all of these kind of deeper kind of soul desires, right? So I feel like we need some sort of earth energy. Even the Empress would be good. A 4 of Pentacles would be all right. A 9 of Pentacles would be absolutely delicious right now. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. Let's see what we have. Okay. 5 of Pentacles. Well, that's good. Yeah, a 5 of Pentacles is okay. But we have to be careful with that because the 5 of Pentacles could show us really leaving the safe and secure physical world and to go after things that have deeper meaning for us, right? But if we don't return to that at some point, it could start to be unhealthy for us. Does that make sense? So this is telling us that we need to not try to force ourselves to change from that safe and stable kind of track with the Chariot card. Right? Don't force yourself to be different. Don't force yourself to go to the other extreme of that. Right? But learn to kind of have both. It's okay to go out and take these adventures, but know that you always have a place to return to, like you always have a home base, right? Where you can have a hot meal and a shower, and then you can go back out and run around in the snow, So don't put yourself at risk by not having that home base. Don't feel like you have to go exactly the opposite of, the kind of conformity that we're sensing with the Chariot card, But this card does say that your life is changing. That this kind of, that the safe, structured, ordered, routine life is changing. And that's a really, really big deal. Yeah, really is. We're going to do an extended reading, too. If you want to stick around, click on the link that should be up here in the corner. If not, there's one down in the video description. New readings for Pisces every Thursday and Sunday, 6 a.m. Chicago time, but I'm here every day. You can just come on back, see me tomorrow. Okay. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. And it really helps out the channel. I appreciate that. Leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. Yeah. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.